Welcome everyone. Here's a video on how to create a Python function to calculate factorial of a number. So first we will need the Python file. I'm going to name it factorial.py. Okay. So first we need to know what is a factorial. So factorial of x means x times x minus 1 times x minus 2 and so on until x minus something is 1. Okay, so 5 factorial will equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which will be 120. So how to build a function for this? Let me just zoom in a bit. Let's say how to build the function for the same. So first we need to define the function. So define, I am giving the name factorial and the parameter I will take is num. Okay, we know factorial of 1 is 1. Also factorial of 0 is theoretically 1. This is an essential condition for this program. So if num, that is the number, is equal to 1 or number is equal to 0, then return 1. So if the number is 1, that is factorial of 1 will be 1 and factorial of 0 will be 0. We can check it by printing it. Zero. Here is it 1 and factorial of 1, which is also 1. Okay. Now this is only solution of two numbers 0 and 1. So what if it is other than this? So if number is greater than or equal to 2, then we will do, we will return number times factorial of number minus 1. Now this right here, what we are doing, we were just implementing the function in the function itself. Like we are just defining the function, what will the function do, and we are using it in the function. Yes, this is known as recursion, and we need to use this only to find the factorial. So let's say we are taking the factorial of 5. I will explain why this part makes sense later. So first let's check the answer. So factorial of 5 we get 120. Let's say 7 and we get 5040. So this is working. Now we will focus on this part. We already saw that if number is 1 or 0, then it will return 1. Simple. But now here's the thing, why we are calling the same function in the function definition itself. So let's see. We got factorial of 5. Let's comment this. Factorial of 5. So what will this line do here? It will do 4 times factorial of 5 times, because it's the number itself. So 5 times factorial of 5 minus 1. Now 5 minus 1 is 4, so factorial of 4. Now what will this give? It will give 5 times, because it was already present here, so 5 times into 4 of 1. Now see, we already say if the number is 1 or 0, so here is 1. See, the value we pass here is the same value as this. So now this function's body, that is this part, will run for the number 1, and here it ran for the number 4, like so. Okay, so 1. Now we have already said that if number is 1, give 1. So it will say 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. It will not give any factorial of something, because it is clearly returning 1 here, nothing else. And this will further calculate it to 120. So thus we can see the logic here, that factorial is calling itself to get the factorial of number minus 1, and we can see how it formed this answer. So that is how to create a factorial function. There is another way of using loops and finding it, so I will showcase that also. See, so I am just writing it first and then I will explain. Okay, so here's the code. Now let's run it, and we both the times we get 120. So it's first thing, result is 1. So if we get 1, we will get 1. If we say 0, it will give 1, irrespective of the value of x. Now we are saying that for I in range 1 to x plus 1, we know that this range function returns the value from this parameter or this number to this number minus 1. So we are already adding it 1, so we get up to x. And now we are saying that result should be multiplied with this variable, this I, and then we are returning the result. So what is happening here, that in the first iteration I's value is 1, then it becomes 2 in case of 5. So we are actually getting, first we need to know times equal to, this thing means let's say there is a variable x, this implements that x equal to x times I. So this is a shorthand property for this one here. So in the first time we are getting result short, I am writing R short for result. So result is 1 times 1, so that becomes 1. And the next iteration we get, means for the value 5 we get 2, so 1 times 2 that becomes 2. At the next iteration we are getting 2 times 3, that is 6. Again at the next iteration we are getting times 4, that is 24. And again at the next time, the final time, we are getting times 5. And 24 times 5 is 120. That's becoming our result, and we are getting it from here. Okay, so we are getting 120. And there is another thing that we built it, okay, but Python has an inbuilt function for factorials. That is, if we at the top, if we import the math library and then print math dot means something from the math library, math dot factorial of 5, we get the same result. See, 3 times 120. So Python has this one inbuilt function, so that's a bonus point. We would not need to write this code always. We can just use math libraries function. That's a bonus point, and that is why many people like using Python, because it has so many libraries and so many helpful functions. Meet you at the next episode for factorial in some other language. So for now, thank you.